I remember being in the supermarket one day and I saw a child. The child wanted to go down a particular aisle, and the parent kind of had their idea about which aisle to go down first. So the child just screamed, was really frustrated, wanted to go their way, and just laid on the floor, starfish, kind of waving arms around, flailing. And it was really remarkable because I saw the parent lay down alongside the child and do the exact same thing as the child. And so this parent was on the ground flailing and making really odd sounds until the child looked around a bit, looked at their parent behaving really oddly, and just said, come on, Daddy, let's get up and leave. And it was quite remarkable for me to see that, and for other parents to see actually, wow, it doesn't have to be filled with angst and frustration, and it can actually just be managed by, we can just do this together, and it doesn't have to last long, and then we just move on with our day.
Yeah, you definitely need to be ready to be self-deprecating in those situations and not get too hung up on you, the adult, because you're the parent at that point. It's one thing when something like that happens at home and you have ways of managing it, but with everybody's eyes on you, it's different. I do think that I've become a lot less judgmental being a parent.
Absolutely, and I think as a parent, when you see things happening or kicking off, there's always that moment where you catch their glance, and it's that kind of reassuring smile of like, you've got this. I was thinking about this morning, we had a tantrum, and it's saying about testing boundaries. That is it at the moment. That's what we're going through. I was getting a lot of no and not wanting to put jacket on, not wanting to get ready for nursery, and I think sometimes for me, you're kind of in a rush and you kind of need to get going, but actually it's kind of taking that time to think about what's going on for her. Maybe today she doesn't want to go to nursery. Yesterday she did want to go to nursery and was excited, but today she wasn't really feeling up to doing that. And it's actually quite funny. I ended up singing Row, Row, Row Your Boat in a really bad tune this morning, and that was the way that we managed to calm the tantrum down and be able to get our coat and jacket on and get out the door.
One thing that I'd noticed a lot of people doing, which I tried to incorporate into what I do with my 5-year-old at the time, was getting to his level and also understanding. So getting to his level physically, kneeling down when I talk to him, gently holding his elbow to get his attention, and just knowing that trying to empathize with him and understand what it is that's bugging him. One of the books that I read gave a concept of a cup and how full is the cup in relation to the amount of instructions or the amount that you can ask from your child at a given time. And sometimes you know that their cup is full. If you know that they're tired, for example, then getting them to do something that requires a lot of their cognitive skills might become frustrating for them. There's always a place that would have come from. It doesn't just happen. It probably is going to happen at the worst, most embarrassing time possible for you as a parent. But that's the thing you have to kind of disassociate yourself from, and the idea of it being embarrassed by it or it happen in public. It's going to happen. It's fine. You'll get past it.
One of the key principles, I guess, is about being calm, slowing things down, showing affection, and just remembering that the frustration element takes us away from the goal of trying to manage this difficult situation, this frustrating situation. I guess it's not as if a child is going to purposefully make things difficult for us and spoil our day.
I learned the other day about kind hands is what they use in nursery when I went to pick my little one up, and they were saying she wasn't using a lot of kind hands today, but that's something we're working on. So that's now something that I've taken to taken home. So when I see her being a bit sort of rough and tumble, I'll say, are we thinking about using our kind hands today? So that consistency across nursery and also in your at home as well, I think is really important.
Just as a parent, it's really important we're not too hard on ourselves, because it's a learning experience for both ourselves and the child in terms of how we deal with temper tantrums. I think about what it was like when my 5-year-old was 3, and I look back on some of the things that I would have done, and I kind of beat myself up about it. I think, I definitely wouldn't handle it like that now.
That element of compassion is so important, and just acknowledging that, like you say, Roy, and then Jay, that we are trying to learn on the job, and with all the advice and support and guidance around us, some extremely important. Us trying to work out how we want to parent and what works best for us is so important. Every child is different, so there's going to be some nuances that will present themselves. It's about being prepared to start again, and try to work out what that particular child needs and where I am in my life.